Now, how's that? Is there volume? I should have tested the software before coming on here. I'm gonna have a meltdown, I swear to God. Oh, okay, I think I can hear myself. Sorry. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Sorry about the drama. The dramatic entrance, but you know me. I mean, I'm the drama queen. I'll wait a little bit. Tam, who's here? Let me just check here. Salaam alaikum. How are you feeling? Can't hear you. Okay, so you can hear me now, Tam. It's good. I was gonna go in my Patreon, Tam, but I decided to come on YouTube first. I was so upbeat and so great yesterday, and today I just like took a nosedive energetically down, which is fine because listen, I'm not gonna sit here and talk to you about the energies. If you're watching this channel, I'm pretty sure you know what the energies are like. I just came back from hello, who's here other than Tam? Usually it's just Tam. Baladi Dogs. Hello. Hello, I've never seen you before. Maybe. Thank you for watching and welcome. I just wanted to come on because I pulled a disappearing act and I vanished. I vanished from YouTube and I vanished from Patreon. But it's been, I'll just give you sort of an update about energies. Hello, Kaylee Maria. Kal Baladi? Baladi Dogs? Sorry, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what you were saying. Yes, you're Arabic, I take it. تحكي عربي? YouTube recommended your channel a few weeks ago and I watched a few of your videos. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And I noticed that my subscribers jumped from the 50s to the 60s, which is excellent. Thank you for subscribing if you're subscribed. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for your energy. It's so lovely to come on here from the isolation and the solitary confinement that I have been in to chit-chat with people and see and talk. And no, white American, I used to live in Egypt. Oh my gosh. Yeah, good old Egypt. Good old Egypt. Sometimes I wonder if I would rather be, in North Africa right now, in Egypt, or if I would rather be in the Middle East, or if I should be grateful for where I am right now. I just came back from a hike and I connect a lot with animals and birds and squirrels and insects and nature more than I do with animals. And it's the country that I'm in is politically damaged, but it's a beautiful country, Canada. Now they're doing a good number because there's been a lot of purchase of land by big companies and they're just building like high-rise apartments. And it's really taking away from nature. Like it's reached a point where the deer and the wildlife is seen walking like in the highways and they get killed, unfortunately, which I hate. But there's been such an encroachment on their territory and cut down of trees and all that they just don't know where to go anymore. Well, welcome, Baladi Dogs. Baladi Dogs. I just wanted to give a little update, maybe a little bit of a personal one. I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of energy to go into my Patreon after this. But Tam, see, I did promise that I would give you an update, and I'll see. Maybe I'll go in really short and just spill the beans on a personal level because I don't want to talk too much personal stuff here on YouTube. And I'm sorry that the intro is not exciting and it probably doesn't get people hooked so that they can continue to watch the rest of this video. But I'm quite sick and tired of the YouTube algorithm and pleasing it. I'm not a pleaser of anything or anyone. And I don't really like doing things the way people do them. And I'm just done. I'm kind of done. And this is kind of where the energies have been taking me thus far. You know, my YouTube channel, which is Whispers of the Arabian Oracle, I do have a very lovely ASMR video that I want to do where I sort of draw out sacred geometry symbols and talk to you about them. And I have everything ready. I have my props ready. I just need to find the energy to do it. So I don't know, Baladi Dogs, if you know that I have an ASMR channel, Whispers of the Arabian Oracle, feel free to go check it out. But that channel has been a source of happiness, joy, and misery for me. Mainly because I don't know why I attach my self-worth with my YouTube channels and the views that I get. I don't know why. Perhaps because that's the way we've been trained to do YouTube. Oh, they got 500 views. Oh, they got their shit. Oh, she gets 200 views. I'm not going to click on her. You know, so it's been a battle. It's been a back and forth battle for me with regards to how much of shit my channels are doing on YouTube. And I want it, like, it's an outlet for me, and I truly enjoy it, and I do connect with spirit, especially when I do my ASMR. But I don't know what this is, and I'm really struggling because I don't like conforming. I'm very much a black sheep, and I own it. I own being a black sheep. Not that I'm proud of being a black sheep. I've just accepted this about myself. I don't conform. I don't follow rules. I don't hurt anyone. Don't get me wrong. I don't go out and commit crime and steal and hurt people. I don't. I'm a very, very kind human being, and I respect humans, and I, for the most part, try to respect the law. You know, even the stupid laws that they have, like you can't feed the ducks. If you feed a duck where I live, you get fined $250. They tell people to snitch on you if you feed a duck, and they... Anyhow, don't get me started. I don't think feeding ducks should be a crime. You know, call me crazy. And I don't necessarily think ducks are stupid, that it will interfere this much. If you're constantly providing them a habitat and food, and you've replaced, it's just a cozy environment, yeah, sure, it'll affect their migration, sure. But feeding them something here and there, you shouldn't get fined $250. You just shouldn't. So yeah, I do try to respect, sorry, I went on a rant. I do try to respect the rules, but I'm a nonconformist, and I don't like the way social media has I don't know what, like, social media has become. It's definitely not something that is useful anymore. Perhaps when it started it was great, including YouTube, including Instagram, including Substack, which is my next rant that I'm going to get into, including Twitter, including Facebook. All of social media has become a show, a fake facade show, and you're treated like trash. People speak to other like garbage. There's a lot of inhumane dealings. The way, like today, I was on Threads, and I saw something a post that is concerned with the area, the province that I live in, and they were saying stop building high-rise apartments and build more free parking, which is fine. I agree with her. And the first comment was, "Are you retarded?" The second comment was, "You're a bot." The third comment was, I'm like, what happened to us? Why do we speak like this to each other? And why do we devalue each other? What happened? What did social media do to us? Or what's going on? And since I don't know if you know how I started on YouTube. I started by my initial channel, which is still there. I just have no access to it. It's One Godless Woman. And I was very unaware. Well, I shouldn't say that. I was somewhat aware, but I was very political. I was very sucked into the vortex, the pit of politics. And like I thought YouTube was okay back then, and since then, I also woke up and I stopped with politics and this nonsense. I've just noticed the decline of social media. Like, it was really eye-opening, and it's even more eye-opening now. And I don't like it, but yet I use it. You know what I mean? Yet I'm here, dressed all pretty, showing my cleavage so people can judge me. Oh, look at this 50-year-old woman dressed like a teenager. Cover your cleavage. Some moron to judge me. But this is it now. This is social media, and I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship. You look what? A lack of civility. It's more than that. It's more than a lack of civility, because the same people who talk to each other this way online, they don't talk to each other like this in real life. The person who comes on here and craps all over me and accuses me of this and challenges me and blah, 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 blah. Like, when they see me in real life, chances are they're going to be quiet. They're going to be shy. They're going to be afraid. I find people who behave this way tend to be cowards in real life. I could be wrong. Maybe, social media is giving people more guts to behave more brazenly in real life. I know my personal encounters with people have not been pleasant, especially if there is any kind of exchange in conversation, because people have become intolerant of diversity of thought and free speech. There's a lot of intolerance for independent thought right now. If you don't follow the norm, if you don't conform, if you don't follow social norms, you're going to be an outcast, and people will they will try to discipline you harshly, and they're okay with it now because we are ruled by a mob of ghouls. Politicians are crazy. They're dangerous. A lot of them are extremists. And people see them, especially people who are unaware, see the politicians as gods. They see the government as a god, as a benevolent entity that we should mimic, And so they behave like them. Monkey see, monkey do. And we truly are, we have monkeys. Actually, I shouldn't insult monkeys. There was a comment on Facebook one time during the lockdowns. People were upset because you had to wear a mask. We have a zoo here. It's a wildlife park, but it's also a zoo. And they were just saying how they're not going to go, and they miss going to the zoo and the wildlife park. And I told them, who needs to go to the zoo when we have politicians? You don't need to. Just watch Parliament. And then I enjoy going and spending time in nature with the wildlife, because I find the wildlife more aware than politicians right now. Sorry, I'm going every which way. But back to what I was saying. I think it's mostly unawareness. There's a little bit of extremism and indoctrination, as well as, lack of respect. We don't respect each other anymore. And I don't want to be negative. I really don't want to be negative. I'm pointing out what I'm seeing. There's also, I've noticed, a rise in kindness. You might see it online if you go into a niche area. especially like ASMR, spirituality, people tend to be nicer, kinder to each other. If you go into anything that has to do with politics or just, like Instagram pictures, general YouTube, you'll find a lot of just awfulness, and the way we treat each other is not good. There's buddings of kindness that I'm seeing in real life. But it's hard to focus on it when you are in the middle of an energetic storm, which we have been in, for at least I have been in, and I have been sensing for the past, it's reaching 6 weeks now, if not more. Gods, as in the Elohim, or who command blind obedience and ritualistic sacrifice. I don't know what the Elohim is. It's interesting that you mentioned that, TMC. But there's, as much as there's a awareness going on right now, there's also a significant amount of humans since the pandemic that have just completely, they've gone back, and I don't know why they won't go beyond. Like, they really stepped backwards with evolution. Like, we went backwards. And it's a significant section of the population when you're in a country like Canada, which is a very unconscious country. It's a very low vibrational country. I'm sorry. I realize I'm being negative. And I also don't want to be fake. But back to the energies that we just passed through, I just want to explain that the main thing, or the main theme of what we have gone through, and what somewhat we are still going through, is letting go of deep seated energies, negative energies, patterns, traumas, shadows. Because a lot of us have embodied more of our own light. And when you embody more of your own light, there's more, the shadows appear more. The darkness, there's a lot of light being cast on the dark elements that are within us, or our own shadows. For me, personally, the main things that the past 4 to 6 weeks, or the main energies that the past weeks have shown me, and this, like, there was a big sort of shining a light on them, to the point that they're scattering, which is why you're seeing me like this, are fear. And fear, not just any fear. I'm talking about fear as if you are about to, like, you're facing your death kind of fear, and you know it's going to be a horrific death. That kind of fear is what I'm being asked to let go of. And that fear, if you have been watching my lives, which I know have been crazy for the past little while, has been brought up by a current situation that I am facing with my finances and with CRA, which I believe is the most corrupt system on the face of this planet. It is the system of taxation of humans. But let's not get into it. I have a situation that is ongoing with CRA here in Canada, and I'm struggling with my finances. And that has brought up a very, very horrible feeling of fear and control that I lived when I got into trouble with a system in Saudi Arabia, which was the religious authorities and the religious police. And I ended up in jail, and I ended up being sentenced to 80 lashes. I didn't receive my 80 lashes, but between the time of the sentencing and the time of the punishment, I lived in fear for my life because I thought I was going to die. I was actually even skinnier than this. I don't think I even weighed a full 100 pounds. And I knew that getting lashed 80 lashes like that would probably end me. So I lived in fear up until 2 days before my punishment, when I was pardoned. I was pardoned by the Prince of Riyadh. He pardoned me. Yeah. Anyhow, So that was a very traumatic event for me. And those emotions were deeply embedded, and I never dealt with them, and I never looked at them. I kind of hid them, and I never really I'm like, I can't deal with this. Let me be busy here. Let me do this here. And I didn't really pay attention to that darkness. And that darkness, because again, like I'm saying, there's a lot of light coming in. We're embodying more of our soul. And I've been doing a lot of spiritual work. Now it's time to pay attention to that. And it is it has been very hard. And like, there were times where I would wake up and the fear of death would be going through me. Imagine that, like waking up and the fear of death. But that's all it is. It's an emotion that needs to be seen. It needs to be resolved, and I need to release it. And that is the theme of what we have been I'm only using myself as an example. Okay? I don't like talking about people. I can talk about myself, and I give myself as an example. I'm not here asking for pity, because there will always be a person that will come here in the comments and say something shitty. I'm using myself as an example. Those are the energies. I don't know when this is going to end. For me, it's endless. Yesterday was an amazing day. Yesterday was like a pressure valve was just released. I had so much energy, and I made money yesterday, and this and that, and I did a Patreon update, and I have another tarot reading, and I was excited, and I'm like, okay, thank God. I think I'm finally recovering. And then I woke up today. I'm not as bad, but there's back and forth. There's a back and forth. There's an oscillation. And I want to say, don't be surprised if it's happening to you. I'm not crazy. You're not crazy. It's just the energies that we are passing through. If you had a pattern in you, if you had a trauma within you, that you went through it and you never looked at it again, because it's too much pain. And you're on the spiritual path, and you're embodying your soul, and you're embodying your light. You're going to have to deal with it. And dealing with it is not going to be easy, and it's not going to be quick. It's not going to be fast. This is a trauma for me that I'm 50. This happened to me when I was 23, 22. So how many years is that? So I can't imagine that I'm going to be able to let go and heal and release the energy of fear and the energy of the need to control my life and the need to know with ease. Because at some point, needing to control things and experiencing fear were what guarded me. They were my mechanism of dealing. So they served me at some point. I made them my home. And now I guess what's happening is they can no longer, I can't house these energies anymore. I just can't. And that's probably what you might be going through. You might be thinking I'm bipolar, I'm crazy. One day I wake up, I'm angry. The next day I wake up, I'm happy. The anger energy wants you to see it. It wants you to heal it. It wants you to release it. Because that energy can't stay in you anymore, because it has no service for you anymore. I used to be an extremely angry, controlling, fearful human being. I am no longer these things, nor do I want to be these things. So naturally, you need to release these energies from inside of you. You gotta clean house. If you want a clean house, that is. So I walked the path of spirituality. So, you talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk. And that is essentially the big sort of theme of this live stream, I know I went on rants here and there. And I know my vibration seems low. But I wanted to explain, especially the last 2 lives, which I will leave up. I'm not going to remove them because I want to stay authentic to what's happening. Spirituality is not the fakeness that the spiritual community has shown us that it is. It's not always, that's not spirituality. That's not the spiritual path. The spiritual path is actually quite scary. Yes, sure, you have your high moments. Sure. Absolutely. And ultimately, you want to reach a point of complete 100% alignment with your highest self. Am I at that point right now? I don't think so. Am I striving to reach that point? Yes, I am. When am I going to reach this point? I don't know. I don't know if I ever will. But that is the spiritual path. So whatever situations are manifesting for you out externally. So for me, it's this situation with CRA, which is really shitty. And the lack of income. And the battle, the back and forth that I'm having with YouTube and my platforms. And the issues that are arising in front of me when it comes to social media. And I'm going to take a little sort of U-turn and talk about my Substack. Substack is where I put my writings, my downloads. I am not a writer. I just want to make that clear. I get channelings, I get messages, and I write them down, and I decided to write them down in Substack. Today, I woke up and I deleted my Substack after many months of going back and forth about making this decision. Substack is another social media platform. It is dedicated to those who write. That has become shit. Complete shit. I was on it yesterday and I read a few articles, and the articles are very well written and the people are very proud of themselves, very detailed, but it's all negative. And it's all about 3D garbage. The Nazis and the Islamists, and I don't know what's happening to Canada, and Mark Carney, and the people who crossed the floor. And I'm like, and then on top of that, Substack is shifting, and they're allowing videos, and it's becoming scrolling now. It's like Twitter. And people are starting to crap on each other and attack each other and shit talk each other. The same energy of Twitter. And to add to that, yours truly, I am not a writer. Also, English is not it is my first language, but I grew up learning Arabic, and I learned grammar in Arabic, and English was sort of just a secondary thing. So I'm not the best when it comes to punctuation and when it comes to grammar when I do receive my channelings. So I use Grammarly or ChatGPT, which are both AI, when I release the final product. Every other article in Substack right now is either shaming you about using AI, even for grammar and punctuation, and telling you how you are breaking the hearts of people and you will no longer have a following, and people have become disinterested if they even sense that you're using AI. And I'm like, get me out of here. So I exported all my content the channelings. I have them saved on my computer. I am no longer on Substack. Substack can go self-destruct. I cannot tolerate being told what to do anymore, and who I'm disappointing and shaming and judging me because I use some stupid AI to correct grammar and punctuation. I don't know what's happening to the world, but Substack, I'm done. I'm no longer on Substack. I will post my writings in my Patreon. Should you wish to read my channelings, feel free to subscribe to my Patreon. Yes, my Patreon, and I will try every now and then, if I get an interesting channeling, to make it public, put it on YouTube and whatnot. But that's my little also update, personal update about my social media. I still don't know if I'm going to remain on YouTube. I still enjoy coming on here and ranting like this, even if it is a little bit discombobulated and freestyle. I also enjoy deeply doing ASMR because, like I said, it's how the creative process helps me connect with spirits. But the lack of traction and just the way YouTube is designed to please an algorithm, or rather, you have to, it's funny, we shit on AI. We shit on people who use AI, but YouTube is okay. YouTube is all good. The god of YouTube is the algorithm. You have to pray and contort yourself to please the algorithm so that your video can go and people can see it. That's all right. No problems there. And sorry, I have to say this about Substack as well. People are so obsessed with AI and any article that has AI in it. Yet no one is saying that Substack itself has deteriorated and become absolute rubbish. No different than any garbage social media platform where people crap on each other. No, not a single article about that. Tens upon tens of articles shaming you, judging you about how dare you use AI. It's unreal. Unreal. I'm like, but the platform has gone to shit. But you're really upset that I used AI to put punctuation and commas. And you can tell, and you're going to punish me by not reading and, okay, unsubscribing. Great. So that's it. That's my update. That's the control that we're seeing right now. Everybody wants to control everyone. I'm like, maybe go try to control your own life. Try to fix your life rather than trying to fix me. And how I write and what I say and what I do and how I talk and what is this? Anyway, that's my little rant. Is there anything that I left out? I think I put it all in there somewhere. It's all in here. It's a big mess, but it's in there. The energies that we're passing through, what they are, shadows are coming up. They will appear as very difficult situations for you in your life. Disappointments, angry, somebody betrayed you, somebody lied to you, somebody cheated on you. CRA is coming after you and wants to audit you for every nickel and dime that you ever made in your life when you really don't make that much anyway. You know, stuff like that is going to happen. And when it does happen, it's going to elicit emotions. It's going to trigger emotions and thoughts that feed off each other. And what you're supposed to do, rather than pay attention to what's outside of you, is you're supposed to go within and look within and deal with the energies that are coming up for you. Because the outside world is a mirror for the inside world. And the inside of you, your inside world, is where the work needs to be done. That's it. That's my life. Any questions? Any comments? And if you'd like to support, please feel free to go subscribe to my Patreon. All right, guys. I watched my last live stream was about cults. After I watched that show, I just a little update. I watched another show on Apple TV. It's called Twisted Yoga. Twisted Yoga on Apple TV. It's about a cult. It's very interesting. And this one, the investigation is still ongoing. And in the show, the cult, one of the things that they would do is they would the participants of the cult would drink their own urine. And there would be ceremonies where they would all pee in a bowl, and then they would take all of them, all the pee mixture that's in the bowl, into little containers and droplets, and then they would put drops of it in their water. I don't know. You have to watch it. It's called Twisted Yoga. The lady that I spoke about in the live stream where I spoke about cults, whose channel I like her a lot, even though I like her a lot, her channel exploded and she talks about the Nephilim and Jesus and demons. I had to unsubscribe from her. She doesn't just drink her own urine. She snorts her urine. She snorts it. I just wanted to share that with you. So be careful about cults. Maybe go watch a few shows, because apparently cults are on the rise right now. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you, Baladi Dogs. Thank you, honey. And thank you for, I really am happy that you're here and that you watched me, even though my energy isn't that great. And if you want me to present any topics on here or to discuss anything, let me know. When I come on here and I'm not my best, there's a reason. Yeah, sure, it's nice to rant. It's always lovely to rant. But who wants to tell the world that they're being audited? Usually people don't talk about this kind of shit. They keep it, to themselves. It's nothing to be proud of. But I'm not here to be proud. I'm here to share my life, even as it falls apart. Because I'm so done with the way social media has been, I don't know. We're not using it well. We're just not. Social media is another thing that has added to the fakeness of this world. And I don't want to add to the fakeness of this world. At the very least, I'd like to be authentic. If that's the only thing you can get from my channel. So if you have any topics, requests, feel free to leave them here in the comments. If you're new, I hope you consider subscribing, because I do try to keep it entertaining on here. And I also have my other channel, which is Whispers of the Arabian Oracle. Both of these channels bring me intense joy and deep-seated misery. So I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with them. Feel free to go subscribe to the other channel as well. All right. Any questions for me before I head out? And I might still pop into Patreon. Not sure what I'm going to say there. I do have some personal things. Yeah, I could probably share them there. Some encounters with the universe. Yeah, definitely. So maybe I'll pop into Patreon after here. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I'm not on Substack anymore. Too bad, so sad. And social media sucks ass.